welcome to Convoluted Combos, where we bring you only the spiciest jank. I'm going to be doing a draft today, so we're doing ranked Theros draft, so let's get into it. Okay, first pick. Don't like taking a dual land when we don't know what colours we are. Warbride's Blessing's pretty good. Feels bad to take a common first, but One with the Stars is okay, but obviously doesn't deal with enchantment threats. Also doesn't deal with if the opponent has a creature with an annoying ability. It keeps that ability and is still an enchantment. The fish is good in the red-blue flash deck, instant deck, which I haven't played for a while. I feel like it's one of the weaker archetypes. But I might go it since I haven't played it for a while. Or Blessing. I think it's between those two. That's a good Blessing. Okay, second Blessing. Enemy of Enlightenment. I'd usually just want to pick that up quite late. It's okay. Rage Hound, so we could be quite a good aggressive red-green deck if we went for that. Celebrant's good in Black-Red Sacrifice. Nyx Herald I quite like, and it does keeps us on colour, synergizes with us having an enchantment already. Blight Breath's good, but I'm not willing to go a second colour for it, so I think I'm going to go Nyx Herald to synergize with what we've already got. Okay, cool. Ooh, actually. So Fateful End's a good card. Warner Chained is pretty good because it can still block, and also it enables the other 4 power matters in the red-green deck. So I'm gonna go Warden and probably regret it, but just feels right, you know. Okay. The Hierophant's good, but I don't think good enough to take us off colour, so we're looking red-green at the moment. Rage Hound's fantastic. Yeah, pretty happy with a Rage Hound, I think. Tends to go better in like a black-red deck, but at least when it's escaped, you do get the power 4 or greater benefit. So we're looking at Wings of Hubris is okay to finish someone off, but you tend to get past quite a few of those. Final Flare is okay, especially in the deck that's got good things to sacrifice at the moment. We could sacrifice a Blessing, or like a Rage Hound, which would be okay. The Huntmaster might be alright. I would usually take the Final Flare over the Huntmaster, but so far I think we're actually a decent deck for the Huntmaster since we've got a couple of trample creatures as well, so I'm going to take the Huntmaster. Not a lot for us here. So Thundering Chariot is okay, not amazing. Can mean the Rage Hound has a use once it can't get in. Might be just better off going for the Oracle though, I think. Yeah, let's go Oracle. Inspire Awe is trash. It never works out well for you. Trickster's not really, that's for the red-blue deck. War Leader's pretty decent. It's more for the red-black sacrifice deck. but I think it's better than the Skirmisher, really, so I'll go War Leader. Just a decent 5-drop creature. Okay, so far we've got one spell that targets for Hero of the Games. The Colossus, to be honest, if it weren't an enchantment, I would probably be happier with it, because a lot of people run enchantment removal in Theros, which makes it worse. Does give us more green devotion and a big duder. Could take the amulet. I feel like we're going to see more Nyxborn Colossuses. So I'm going to take the amulet just in case we need fixing down the line. Cool, pretty happy to take a final flare here. Ooh, this is still a very good pack. I think a second Rage Hound's where we want to be. Amulet, Wrap in Flames. There's a chance I play another War Leader. I feel like there's more 5-drops that we might run. Wrap in Flames, I don't particularly like the card, but obviously it can, since the creatures can't block, it can be your finisher. Maybe I'll take the Wrap. I don't tend to play Wrap in Flames. I might take it because I don't think we're going to miss not having a War Leader. We might miss not having another Traveller's Amulet, but at least we've already got one. Here, Portent might run it. Might run a second Final Flare, probably not. Okay, so second pack. Renata's a very good card. Yeah, no reason not to go here really. Furious Rise is very good in the red-green archetype as long as you've got your 4-power creatures, which we don't have tons and tons, but I'm willing to speculate that we'll be a bit more solid on that since we are red-green. Test and Training's a nice card, can stick it on a Rage Hound for trample. The Shaman isn't the greatest. To you reveal an on-land. I think we take the Training. Cheaper card. Maybe the Shaman will wheel, I wouldn't expect it. Pretty happy with a second Warden and a Chain here. They can actually activate each other. Not going to run a third Final Flare, I don't think. I'll speculate on a Gift of Strength, but I don't think we'll be running that. I think we take the Kaited over a third Rage Hound. There gets a point where you actually do have too many. Might take an aspect of the Manticore here. Nyxborn Brute is like an even worse version of the 6/7 in green because it's still an enchantment creature, and also it's got can die to a lot of stuff. Aspect could help us hit that 4-power matters stuff, and also it's just a nice trick. It can be very good with the Rage Hound because obviously it's got high power. So we'll go with Aspect. I don't think we want a second Wrap in Flames. Don't really want a second Betrayal either. I'll take a Bronze Sword, but I'm probably not running it. Ooh, okay. So the Cyclops is a very good 4-drop. But the Forerunner giving trample is quite nice, so I think I'm taking the Forerunner. Another Manticore or a Triumph. Let's go with another Manticore. We might run it. Oh wow, it did wheel. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Take his second one because we're really not using another Final Flare. Very little for us here. Temple of Malice, obviously we've not got any good black cards that we want to splash. Cetessan Training is... It is a good card, it's just annoying to have to take one as a first pick in a pack, but I think we'll go for it. Okay, rather than a third Cetessan Training, I think the Omen of the Forge is good here. Another Omen. How many creatures do we have? Yeah, probably enough. So, Infuriate. Prefer Infuriate over Gift of Strength. Relentless Pursuit is a good card. How many creatures do we have? Not tons, but we could probably hit something with Relentless Pursuit. Now that's a splashable card. So how many enchants do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a very splashable card. And I did pick up both amulets. So maybe we put those back in. Mystic Repeal is obviously a very good card as well. But I don't know, this is probably the worst pick, but more fun. So I'm going for it. Okay, 4-drop wise, I've only got 2 creatures so far, so it might be good to pick up a Huntmaster. Impending Doom is okay as a good aggressive enchantment. Another enchantment would synergize with Eutropia, but I think we're better off getting another 4-drop creature. Oof. Erois' Blessing, it's a fantastic card. Dreamstalker Manticore is mainly for the blue-red deck. Obviously it's an okay body and it is an enchantment for Eutropia. The Cyclops is a very good 4-drop though. 2, 3, 4. So we've got four creatures at 3 and 3 creatures at 4. So maybe we do want another 3-drop really. Okay, I don't hate the Nyxborn Brute as much because at least we've got some synergy, but I think Wings of Hubris might be a better pick here. I'll take Alta, but we're not running it. That's not worth splashing. Relentless Pursuit, we probably won't run a second one, but we'll see. Infuriate probably won't run, and Wrap in Flames, Manticore. Okay, cool. So let's look at what we want to cut. Infuriate's probably not in there. A couple of Traveller's Amulets seem alright since we want to splash. Kited's good for the splash as well. Gift of Strength's kind of trash. I'll take the Hubris out for now, but we might put it back in. Manticore seems alright just as a body. I don't think we want that many aspects. Final Flare. We've got some decent enchants to sacrifice, so maybe we do want both Final Flares. This is creature or land, so it doesn't hit enchants, don't want the altar, don't want Wrap in Flames, don't want Portent. Probably don't need 2 Dream Shapers, although again it can sacrifice an enchant, but I think 1 could be alright and quite fun. Do we actually have any? I suppose we've got a couple of Rage Hounds for escape synergies, and that's it. Obviously you don't want too many escape creatures, but you want at least 1 so that your graveyard's a resource. Just thinking if Relentless Pursuit is good for that, but I think because we're not so focused on it, I'm thinking of cutting another Pursuit. I like Furious Rise. So let's just separate stuff that's creatures and stuff that's not. So that's kind of what our curve's looking like, which looks pretty good. But we need to make 5 cuts, which is quite hard to do. I suppose we could cut. Scophos isn't. Yeah, it can sacrifice an enchant, which is okay. It is a 4-power creature, and it's got decent toughness as well, so I think we do keep it. Maybe we cut a Dreamstalker. It is 4 power. Yeah, we'll cut the Dreamstalker. Maybe cut an Oracle. Three more cuts. I think I like having 2 Traveler's Amulets. I don't think we need 2 Hunts Masters. Maybe we get rid of 1 Manticore and 1 Final Flare. Okay, this looks pretty decent, I think. I like it. I'm not sure we're gonna win our games, but it looks like quite a fun deck. Didn't think we'd need the Traveler's Amulet for Forest, but it does mean that we get to play Utopia. This looks like a pretty decent hand. Turn 2, we can fetch the mana we need. Warden of the Chained hopefully can slow them down if they go particularly fast. So sack that, get green mana. Play out that turn, gives them less information about our hand if we do it that way rather than playing like an island or something. So if we play the Warden, we're not likely to be able to attack next turn, so I think I'll get Utopia down, since she'll be able to attack, and also if we draw an enchant we can start getting value off of her. We'll see if they've got something for her though. Opponents on Esper. And they just passed the turn. So I could Omen of the Forge to... I think they've got Deny the Divine. So I kind of don't want to do anything and then Omen of the Forge in their turn. I Obviously, we lose out on 1 damage if they didn't have Denied a Divine, but... Ooh. Okay. So, I think the play is... swing, see if they block. If they do, we can open the Forge. They don't, obviously. So we'll play Scophos. So it's quite nice, we can actually flash give something of ours flying, which they're less likely to expect. So Eutropia could actually block the Pegasus, which would be quite nice. So let's play another mountain because we've got no use for any other kind of mana. We can play the Warden here. And then swing, see if they block. Nope, didn't think so. So now we can give the Warden a chain flying in their turn as long as they've not got like Denied a Divine, which we did think they had earlier, so might be a problem. Kraken. Okay, so we don't have to worry about Denied a Divine. Do it. Okay. So I'm going to swing with Warden and Scophos. They could double block. To be honest, I think we're looking in a pretty good position no matter what they do. Double block. So that's... we'd have to get 8 damage on them. So I can do another 2, 6... yeah, I can do 8 damage. Okay, cool. That's very good. So, play the Omen. 2 damage to either of them, +1 on this. And then sacrifice the Omen with the War Leader. Get an extra damage. And it doesn't die. So obviously we're kind of on empty now, but that was a very good value play. They're gonna play nothing. I think I don't mind if they counter spell. I think we have to get it out of their hand if they do have it. So we're thinking like Vexing Gull? I don't think they can punish us that hard for swinging with everything. Final Death seems fine. Can it sacrifice itself? No. Put them to 3. See if they can come up with an answer for all of our creatures. They got 4 cards in graveyard, so they could play Sleep of the Dead for 3 mana, so they just need to deal with the Nihilia's Huntmaster for another 3 mana as well. Which they apparently can't do. Alright, GG. Okay, Traveler's Amulet can get us a red mana. Furious Rise obviously goes with the Warden in the Chain, and Warden in the Chain goes with the other Warden in the Chain, so I'm pretty happy with this hand. Is a bit slow. Opponent plays Blood Aspirant. That was a bit of a mistake there, but oh well. So I'd expect them to be on red-black sacrifice. Maybe they're mono-red. But it looks like they're digging for their other colour. Soul Guide Lantern. That doesn't hit us too hard. So I think just Warden Chained, and then next turn we can just play another one, or Nylia Huntmaster also turns it on actually, so maybe we'll go for that. Another Thrill. Go for a Rage Hound in the graveyard. Nice little synergy there with the Soul Guide Lantern and the Traveler's Amulet. Okay. Huntmaster is more mana efficient. It's not really better. That's my issue. Warden, if they just sack the Traveler's Amulet, the Warden can at least block next turn, so I think I prefer that. Yeah, sack the Amulet. This is starting to get quite big. Out of the range of our Omen of the Forge now, if we draw it. He is red-black. Does escape the Rage Hound. Don't really have any good blocks for it. So I think I'm just going to play a Huntmaster and swing with both. And just, yeah, just aggro it out. We could play Furious Rise, but I don't think we're really looking for a long game here with what we've got on board. Okay, so Warden can't attack until we put something else down, so we can play Dream Shaper next turn. Or we could play Nyx Herald, but that wouldn't let it attack. Oh, okay. No real point in playing Furious Rise next turn then. So I think we just play the Dream Shaper and say go. and Green Shaper. Aspect of the Manacle is a pretty good draw here. So, Forest. This is an enchantment, so I can Nyx Herald. Start combat. This gets +1/+1 and trample. Swing her in. And we'll give it first strike, and we also get to trample over for 4 damage. So the nice thing is as well, if the aspect isn't really doing much for us, we can sacrifice it and see what we can get off the top. But we're not a particularly expensive deck, so we're not likely to get anything amazing. Alright, GG. Okay. This is tough. I'm gonna risk it, and probably shouldn't do. Because we'll need specifically a forest to be able to play Renata. Always had it. Always had it. I don't know why I worry about things. Traveler's Amulet's been like really good so far. I never usually play it. I usually stick to 2 colours and think, oh no, I won't need it. But it just smooths everything out so good. Play the Rise. So opponents on Boros. Usually, the only real archetype in Boros is the hero, the various heroes that buff the, like that one. So yeah, if he targets that, then he buffs his whole team. Nice, we got our blue mana, so if we get Utopia, we're all good in the hood. So let's get Renata down. So obviously we're a little bit worried about blocking any of these. And I've got to try and rack my brain with what they could be playing. I would be much happier to have an aspect of the Manticore up. I could even next turn Cetessan Training so that we get 4 power. And then still keep the aspect of the Manticore up. So he plays another hero. If he does swing, I don't think we're going to block. He doesn't, so that's very good for us. So 1, 2 for Cetessan Training. Gives it 4 power. We won't play the amulet because we want to be able to aspect. And then next turn we can play Huntsmaster. So I'm really hoping the aspect manages to catch them off guard. It's hard to think of all the different things that they can play at instant speed, but instead they go for just more. So I suppose they're just looking for the most value they can get. So if we play that, we can't play Aspect. So as much as it kind of sucks to not play that, I think I'd rather get the Warden chain down. And there's a chance they think, oh yeah, fair enough, that's it's a better card than the Huntmaster anyway. Wrap in Flames. Do we lose? That's pretty rough. Wow. That's where Wrap in Flame shines. Okay. We would need another land to get the Scophos. Obviously, Eros' Blessing is good, but I think we should mulligan this. Okay, that's much better. What can we throw back? The Forerunner, maybe? Or one of the mountains? Yeah, maybe one of the mountains. So we might be able to hit like a Maya Triton with this. Black blue. Lampad, that's out of range. But not the scariest card, so I'm not devastated about not being able to kill it. Get the Warden out there as a blocker. Turn 5 we can start swinging with it, unless we get lucky. Draw a creature. No attacks. Aspect is meh. So yeah, can't attack because we've only got the Warden down. They were just holding priority there because of the Lampad, I think. Funeral Rites. Good for card advantage, but it is slow. Milled an Eidolon and a Starlit Mantle. So just some pretty standard blue-black good stuff so far. So we can play the Forerunner. They shouldn't have a counterspell here. There's an 18 mana ones. And then we can start swinging in. I think. Best thing they could have is maybe +1/+2. Okay. Doesn't kill it, so I'm not mad. Is another thing that's out of range of our Omen of the Forge though. Ooh, that's a very good card. So I think we just swing with both and hope they make some fairly stupid blocks. They've only got 2 blue up, so they could have another singer. How much is that? 9 damage. I don't think it's worth playing the manacle. So we'll play the amulet out. Thin our deck a bit, so maybe we'll get a better draw. But we can do that in their turn. Oof, Rhine Giant. So most likely we're going to take that out with Aspect, which isn't amazing, but like ideally we need something to deal with that Archon. Let's get another red mana since we're all red in hand. Usually I'd be pretty happy about that, but that Archon just presents so many problems. I'm going to put a stop on upkeep because we probably want to sack the Omen and try and find something to deal with this. Okay, one with the stars. So you can see, even where it becomes an enchantment, you do still have other creatures you control have trample. Obviously it's a problem for us because our Warden isn't able to attack. So end of turn we'll Omen of the Forge, kill that 2/2. And then on upkeep we'll sack that. So 1, 2, don't think, oh we do have a double green in deck actually, so we'll use that. Rage Hound. Rage Hound's not good enough. Probably going to get a land though. Training. Do we use the training just to draw? I think so. Warden now has triple trample. Another Omen. It's okay. Gives us another scry. But we're starting to lose the race here. I'll play Omen now, just in case they have a counter spell. We don't have any mana at the moment. They can't sack with Lampard either, so. Swings with everything. Well, it's not like they can have Blade Brand or something. So I'm hoping that was just a mistake. Yeah, it was. Okay, that's good. Invoke Existence to get rid of our scry. Fair enough. Scophos. So I can play that and swing, which is good. Keep all the red mana up, just in case we need to use it. So 4, 5. Oh wow, they do have a counter spell. Whew. We're not out of it, but we're not looking good. Huntmaster lets us attack. But I think we're dead. Yeah, we're very dead. It's just such a good card. GG. Okay, we're on the ropes. This is our last game before we lose. And we do not get the mana we need to start off with. If there was a red mana, this would be a good opening hand, but I can't risk it. That's better. So I can throw away one of these amulets. Ooh. Spicy. Warden of the Chain blocks. Yeah, I think it's too greedy to play Utopia. It's better to guard our life total with the Warden. There was a large part of me that wanted to play Utopia though. Question is, do I play a next turn over the Furious Rise so that we get an extra trigger off the Furious Rise? So we could Erosa's Blessing. No, I'm playing Utopia, I don't even care. I like her, she's cool. We could take 4 damage. Look how nice this looks as well. The red goes into the green and then it goes back into the blue. Beautiful. This is how you play Magic. Cool, so he gets 1 turn of doing that before we utterly destroy him. Forward to you. +1 on Utopia so that Warden can attack. Get 2 for 1. Smashy smashy. this was really what I was hoping the deck would do. Like, even if we lose this game, I'm quite happy that it turned out how I was hoping. Oh. Need to end this game quite quickly then, since we've not got the removal for that. Could play the training. Can we win this turn? 8 plus 2. If we hit a land, we could maybe win this turn. Actually, no, if we hit a land, we definitely win this turn. A. Amazing. So happy with that. Okay, decent land base, Ragehound, Omen of the Forge, Auror's Blessing. This looks like a pretty nice aggro tempo-y hand. Just hoping we don't flood. That's the major danger here. So if we put the Blessing on the Hound, we can trigger the Rise. This isn't an enchantment, so I think we're better off playing Omen of the Forge. Kill this before it can get any kind of scary target. Start smashing through. So then next turn we can play the Blessing and remove whatever they put next. Turn after, Nyx Herald could give it another +1/+1 and trample as well. Which will mean the spinner can't kill it. So let's go green mana. 2, 3. Okay. So, how many cards in graveyard? So we need one more card in graveyard. So, I think we've got 1 red mana in hand, so 1, 2, 3 in case we get Entropia. Huntmaster. Does trigger the Furious Rise. Let's get rid of that mountain. We've got enough land. So we can play the Furious Rise this turn. Aspect of the Manticore. Can't play that in conjunction with anything else this turn. I'm thinking we escape the Ragehound, give them less information, and then we can block the Chimera. So that land means we can play the Huntmaster and the Aspect, which is good. So we'll block here. So if we want that, yeah, we'll need a 4-drop to be able to play it. Seems good to me. And we still get the Furious Rise trigger. Just a really nice card advantage in red. So I think we Manticore here. Gives us the first strike where it doesn't happen when they fight, but it at least means we trade rather than letting them keep a 4/5. Does have the mana to escape, so I might. This is tough actually. So green mana. We'd have. Okay, we can double spell, but blocking this Chimera is a bit of an issue. I think we just kill the Chimera. Doesn't feel right, but they can't escape it again, and I was very worried about them getting through too much damage there, so could play a Range Hound. We're not in too dangerous a spot at the moment, so we could go War Leader, Rage Hound. I mean, we might as well play this one because it's going to go away otherwise. And then we could play the War Leader, or we could play another Rage Hound. Another Rage Hound's just going to die anyway. So let's play the War Leader, keep a red mana up so that we can sacrifice if need be. No point in attacking. Rise gets a Dream Shaper Shaman. That is at the end step, otherwise that would be very good with the Rage Hound that we know is going to die anyway. They're just filling up their graveyard so they can escape. But they can't do it quite yet. These aren't enchantments, so Destiny Spinner would just give them like a 1/1. So my turn, Warden Chained. We can play this and a 2. We don't have a 2, but I think this is better than anything else we could do. Just wanted to keep the 2 red mana up there for the War Leader's effect. So I have to attack here. I'm not going to sacrifice, it doesn't do anything, and we're representing Omen of the Forge right now, so... Oh, wow, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, Masala Chicken. One more land and we'll be able to play Renata. It's a bit scary not to have the red mana here, but I'm going to greedily keep.
2,000 years later.
Is it the disconnect? No. I really hope they don't rope me all game like that. That was quite annoying. What could you be considering? Okay, Temple Thief, black, white. We do get the red land, always had it. Libation gets rid of our good card, but we do get Renata down next turn. See if they've got more removal for it. They can't drag to the Underworld. Maya's Grasp will do it though. Alright. You have to run out eventually. Surely. Now he can drag to the Underworld. I think he's run out. I think he's run out. Now we can start getting value. Maybe I just play the 4. I think Forerunner's better than Dream Shaper, even if it's less mana efficient here, because we get the trample, so he can't just jump us. Is he going to block with everything? No, just the one. Apparently doesn't know how trample works. I see a lot of people do that. Or they'll try and chump a trampler. Makes sense when it just doesn't make sense to try and chump a trampler. Yeah, 2/2. Could play the Shaman. I think I'd rather play the Furious Rise. Actually, with this Temple Thief getting past me all the time, maybe I just need to be aggroing out as much as possible, which Furious Rise isn't. It's there to restock our hand once we're done. Smash him for 9. Has he learned that trample goes over a jumper? He has. Very good. Smashy, smashy. Sack to scry, let's see 2 bottom. Ooh. So I'm expecting a removal spell or a decent creature. Could be a drag to the Underworld. Ooh, Amulet we can sack to the Dream Shaper, that's quite good. But we'll not play... Actually, we'll play out the Furious Rise just in case I need to sacrifice it to the Scofo, so I wouldn't imagine I'll need to, but you never know. I think I just swing with everything so that he is very pressured and can't kill everything, so we still get our Furious Rise off. Yeah, kills the Trampler. I think we get rid of the Lampad. Lampad's always a bit scary. So he should sacrifice the 1/1 here because he gets an extra damage out of it, because he gains the life even though I trample through. Was he thinking that? Oh. I don't know about that. Bit of a misplay there. Whatever. Top cards, a Warden, and we'll pay 3 and sacrifice the amulet. Get Eutropia out. Nice. I like Dream Shaper Shaman. It's just very slow and doesn't do anything on the turn it comes down, which isn't great, but I really like cheating out cards. It's a lot of fun. I like random effects as well. Hits that reward center in the brain when you hit something good. So we'll play the Warden. Do we keep the land in hand? Yeah, we'll pretend like we've got something. Swing with everything. He has to block the 2 highest, so. In fact, I should have given Scoface Menace. Sacrifice himself. Yep. So I'm thinking we let the Furious Rise trigger and then use the Dream Shaper's ability. Probably not going to make too much of a difference. Fuck it, we'll put the land out. So Furious Rise trigger. Gets Final Flare. We'll pay 3 and sack the Furious Rise. Test and training, we'll put that on War Leader. +1/+1 we'll put on the Eutropia. And we draw a card. Look at that, look at so much value. Alright, GG. Okay. Decent hand, I suppose. We've not really got anywhere to go after the Omen and the Underworld Rage Hound, but I think we can probably get there somehow. Warrior does block us quite well, but I think we just slam it anyway and let them block it. Not really got any other play to make. Ooh, Moses' favour. That is quite good against us. So we've got 2 omens. Don't want to play it. Okay, fine. anything, just play lands, there you go. Really hoping they play out something that we can omen next turn. And then we can final flare our omen as well. Yeah, take one. That's a good omen target. Put the stop too late. Oh well. Completely planned. Let's just put the stop there anyway. Next time we'll probably just go facing any regardless, but ah. It's not very nice. We were just playing omen. Ridiculous. Don't think we're sacking. So we'll just play out the War Leader. It's not amazing in our deck, but having a 4/5 body in draft is always just so good. Three mana. I can't think of what they'd have at flash speed, but obviously they've got a couple of ways to use their mana anyway, so that might be the plan for them. Might as well use our blue mana. Maze Warden. I think we final flare that. Which does mean we can get the Rage Hound out. We'll swing first. For Rage Hound. So we're looking pretty good, unless they can play something to completely blow us out. Exile target creature, looks like. 5 mana and they'll hover in the War Leader. Oh no, okay. Berserker. You don't swing, do you? No. 2 damage. He blocks 2 of my things. I think I prefer that so that I can scry. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, GG. We do need another 4-power creature, but otherwise this is a pretty decent hand. So Test and Training might get us there, so thin our deck with the Amulet as well. Oh, Renata, nice. So we'll play this out. Turn 2, go and grab a forest if we don't already draw one. We'll do it in their turn because we're pro gamers. In before I forget. Aha! Didn't expect that, did you? We'll play the Warden rather than waiting for Renata. I think that just makes it too slow. Will I block here? I think so. It's pretty important to stop him from drawing. And in fact, we draw 2? Yeah, drawing 2, that's crazy. We need to stop that from happening if we can. Yeah, fair enough. Not too mad about that. Feel like we got value there. I was going to sack the amulet, but Shaman using the amulet's pretty good. So maybe we just play Mountain, Renata. See, the amulet, if we sack the amulet, we can definitely play the Shaman. I suppose it's not too bad to play the Forerunner rather than the Shaman next turn. Ooh, Banishing Light, okay. Good card. But in general, I'm pretty happy about where we are then. They've not presented something we can't deal with at the moment. I really shouldn't speak. I really shouldn't speak. Could Warden and Training. I don't think that does anything. Forerunner is probably better. They might keep the Chimera back to block now. Nope, don't need to. Ooh. It's an issue. We don't have the removal now to stop them from drawing cards as well. Do get land, so we can play the Shaman. Do I want to swing? I think so. I don't think the trample's amazing. And we'll have a blocker, so I think we need to at least try and keep bracing them. But we really, really need a way to deal with that Chimera, because he's going to put those +1 counters on it. So I don't want to swing with the Shaman. I'm thinking Training on the Forerunner, just for the draw card. Another training. We're looking for Final Flare really here. Did not hit it. See what we can get with Dream Shaper. War Leader is a good hit, but it's not what we need. Does get it out of our deck, so we might hit Final Flare. Actually, Final Flare won't even do it anymore. Yeah, I don't know what we need. Can't play Utopia. Not great. Alright, GG. So we didn't quite make it, but 6 wins, 3 losses, that's pretty good for what I didn't think was an amazing deck. But I always enjoy being able to play with Utopia. She's such a fun card. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to see more, I'm going to be doing some limited, some constructed stuff as well. So if you do want to see more of that, then do subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.